Good afternoon, everybody. How you doing? It's wee Paddy from across the shuck, and I'm back at you with another video today. And you'll see in the title, it's a bit of a rant video, but it's also just to let people know exactly what I get given to the channel and what's my own. Now, before when I first started, and everybody who first started, and I highly recommend it, you ask companies to send you knives, or they'll volunteer to once you get a certain amount of subs. It's so much easier now because there's so many more different companies now that are giving out knives for review, and that is great. And when you first get started in the channel, if you're somebody like me, I came in very late to the knife community. When I started my channel, I think I maybe had about a dozen knives. I've no idea. I can't even remember how. I know I didn't have many, but I just enjoyed listening to other people talk about their passion about their knives, and I wanted to be a part of that. And it has led to 7 years now on YouTube, and I've enjoyed every minute of it. It has been a complete lifesaver to me. Not that that's not over dramatic, but it has been a real life enhancing thing for me. It's given me a hobby that's not physical. I'm too old to do physical hobbies anymore. So it's given me a hobby where I have, I get up in the day. I'm retired fully this year. I get up and I've got something to do. It's something that's mine. It's something that I own. This little channel I own, and I protect it with gritted teeth, and you know what I mean. It's mine and it's my baby and I love it. But you get an awful lot of funny comments, and in the beginning they used to really get on my nerves. Oh, you're a shill. Look, you're getting your. It's all right for you. You're getting your knives for nothing, and that's a. In the beginning, it used to really annoy me. It doesn't annoy me now, or so I thought. And then, well, one of my new friends on YouTube, I'd sent him a knife to review last night, which he'd done a fantastic job of, and it was his first time. And when I give a knives, I like to give new channels a chance. This boy's under 1,000 subs, but he's definitely got a future. It's Steel City Knives. Go back and watch yesterday's video, or go to his channel, Steel City Knives, and the video he done yesterday was on this knife down here from Joe La Pietra. It's a custom knife which I got from Joe, and I'm sending out round local YouTubers local to the UK to do reviews on. And the young fella's review was smashing. He's just got a lovely way with him. I could listen to him talk all day because there's no pressure in his voice. He just enjoys his hobby, and that's what I do. I enjoy my hobby. But anyway, one of the comments, I always read down to see what people are saying about the knife because I have a vested interest in this. I really love promoting this knife. One of the people said, "Oh, it was a nice review. Thank God your camera's better than Paddy's." Now, I don't think he meant it with malice because it's true. I don't have a fancy camera. I just have an older type phone, um, which is not brilliant, but it's good enough for me to enjoy my hobby. I, to spend the money on a camera would mean I wouldn't have money to spend on my hobby, because this is my hobby. This is where my spare cash goes from. Not house cash, just my spare cash goes into this hobby. Whether it's buying technical stuff, which I had to do quite a bit of last year to update my computer and things like that, and get microphones and cameras for the podcast. And I done that. So my phone is my lifeline. I talk to this little phone more than I talk to my wife. So, but and it did sort of get to me, and I thought, well, yeah, my camera isn't brilliant, but especially if you're going to spend money on a knife that's over £50, you really need to be looking at maybe pictures from professional photographers in the site where you're going to buy it from, and you'll get the real up close. I just give you what it's like for me. This is what, but I came away from it, and this is why it sort of did annoy me a little bit. I came away and I thought, what am I doing wrong? Why can't I get the picture? It was funny, it was on this knife, and I thought, when I bring it up, you don't see, this is milled, CNC milled, and you don't really see it like that. I thought, how can I get that better? Now, I know there's some of you are going to say, you are a dunderhead, Paddy, and I will happily agree with you. But after about 2 hours sitting in front of my camera today, I found out all I have to do is this. There you go. And you just zoom in. Now, you can laugh at me and I laugh at myself. Trust me, I am an absolute technical flipping nightmare. So this is Joe's knife on Paddy's camera. I hope you can see these lines much better now than the lines that he does in CNC. And he's self-taught. Well, I think he'd done a bit in college, but he has self-taught him as far as knives goes to CNC machine, which is an art form in itself. And he has made an absolutely beautiful. So there you go. Let me just see. There, we've lost the picture of it now. Get it around here where it's settled. There you go. But so I can get a little bit better. But I wish people would just tell me you can do this. I know it sounds really stupid, but I just didn't realize it was that simple. I laugh at myself because I am so thick. I'm happy and thick, though, I have to say. So now I can zoom out again now. So, oh, I'll go out a little bit more. There we go. So please do the like and subscribe thing. And you see if you can share a video. That means the world. Share it to your friends. It means other people who wouldn't necessarily see it are going to get a chance to see the channel. But anyhow, go back to this. So I thought today, why don't you just talk about the people who do sponsor me and the things that I do get for free on my knife channel? Because unlike when I first started, I've cut way down. And it's not that people stop sending me knives. And to be honest with you, most companies, if I reach out to them now, they will probably send me a knife. I don't have that much. But for me, it's not about the quantity of knives. And now I've got my own collection. It's smashing. Most of the knives that I want to collect now for my collection are second-hand, old Americana, old, British knives. From handmade knives, like this is handmade, this is handmade. Well, these two are both CNC machined. This one's handmade. Um, and that's the sort of knives that I like collecting. So that's the companies that I've used. And I don't want three or four companies in the same price range because this spreads my budget out. And not my budget, it spreads out the knives that I review out. Now, I have four companies. This is just added on. This is the first one from this company. I've only had a couple of drops from Rosecraft blades, which, let me tell you, are just flipping super. Watched yesterday's video. The ones they sent me that they've got. And this is just this year's models I showed yesterday. They're unbelievable for price and quality. So I'm getting from them now, which is great. And that's my this is the mid-range. And they're from 45 to 65, say. That's the price range that most of the knives are coming in. Pounds, that is. So to me, they're just quality beyond belief. I don't need to buy lower or in that next wee bit up the 100 to £130. I don't buy much. I'll trade around them prices, not a problem. But I don't need, I have a drawer full of budget knives like Rough Rider and all. They're fantastic. They were my gateway into traditional knives. They're fantastic. They still make a great knife at a stupid price, you know, which is just, that's how they do it in China. It's just one of those things in life. It's like phones. How many of us don't have a phone, or how many of us have a phone that are not made in China? But yet we run down anybody else who buys something from China. It's just craziness. And you have to step away from that when you go onto YouTube. You have to get a bit thick-skinned. I wasn't that thick-skinned. I wanted to bite and do everything. It's just ridiculous. I couldn't get my way out of a paper bag now. But you do get some really silly comments from people, and like saying, oh, Paddy's got a crap camera. It made me think a bit. So it wasn't a bad thing. It was a good thing. I found out that I can get close-ups and show the things that I wasn't showing. So there you go. I mean, this knife is beautiful. I'll take this. This is a Herman knife, and they sponsor the channel. But in the 5 years I've been with them, I've had two knives. The first one they sent, and then last year I got this one. So I got two knives, but it doesn't really show that up there. Now I realise, look at that. Look at that Herman knife. Look at that blade on that knife. That is just amazing. And you can feel all the ridges. But much like the Joe Lafayette's knife, they don't affect cutting or anything. And this is a powdered metal in this. It's just stunning. Look at the mocha. Is it Mochatai or Damascus? I think it's Damascus. I have no idea. This is a real posh knife to have in my collection. And I have got people in my subscribers that can happily afford these knives, and I think it's great. So for me to have this knife on the channel is stupendous. You know, it really is. It's a real find, and I thank Polish Custom Knives and Herman the knife maker for trusting in me, a little small channel. And there's not many of the big companies will do that. Um, that will trust in a small channel to send such an expensive knife out to them. So I promote them as often as I can. Jack Wolf Knives, another staple of my channel, and I hope it lasts forever because I love what Ben is doing. I've been with, not been with, you know, I'm not his best buddy, but I have been with him and talking to him before he even started making knives. Then when he was thinking about it, then the process up to getting one delivered, and COVID hit, and it was a real experience. So I feel part of that bringing his knife to the public in a very small way. I'm not that big-headed, little small way. But he had always promised he would bring them over to the UK, and he did right from the word go. And a man that sticks by his word, I'm sorry, that's somebody I want to be friends with. It's somebody who I want to invest my money in. I get these for nothing. I would buy these if he wasn't giving them for nothing. I couldn't buy them in the quantity once every month, but I still would buy them because they are amazing knives. Amazing knives at a price range which today seems to be quite common. You know, they're 275. Yeah, that's a lot of cash, but compared to what's out there, this is just top of the range for me in slip joints. Top of the range. Then I've got Ashley Harrison. I promote Ashley Harrison like mad because he's a small custom maker. He just makes these knives himself in his workshop after he finishes work. Him and his father own Arthur Wright. It used to be Arthur Wright and Sons. They own that company. So he's the floor manager. And then when he finishes work or at the weekends, he makes the odd custom knife. And he does it because he likes to keep his hand in at what's new, what he can do, different things. This is sort of one of his ones that he does very, very rarely. And I don't think he's ever done a single one custom. And I'm just so overjoyed to be the one that's got it. It's an amazing knife. I don't get these for free, but I get them at a very reduced rate. At probably half the price that they're worth, I would get them for, which is a great help because I love collecting his knives. I love promoting his knives. In fact, last Christmas we gave away one of his custom knives to one of my subs, and that was somebody in America won it, and I know that he was over the moon. He had slips made for it, and he loves it, and that's the joy. Share it about a bit. Rosecraft blades, they sponsor me, and I'm getting all their slip joints. And I've got a couple of their locking knives, which I'm really growing fond of, let me tell you. They are great knives as well. But their slip joints, Andy is just, and he's making single bladed slip joints. And this next time he's got a double bladed one. But most of us that I know of, most people are getting into it like a single bladed slip joint. But it's lovely. I'm really lovely. And I'm so looking forward to seeing this twin bladed one that's coming out. Just, oh, it looks amazing. In fact, the two new ones that are coming out probably next month, they look absolutely gorgeous. They really do. But his knives, the Rosecraft knives, are fantastic. And the people behind the scenes, like Swags Designs Knives, and there's another fella, and I've forgotten his flipping name again. I am so sorry, mate. He designs. I think all his is locking knives that he designs. But anyhow, they're just a great team, and they've made an amazing impact on the market. Not only just to me, but the market are lapping them up, and so they should be because their quality is amazing. And then Joe Lafayette, I've watched him on a podcast. Him and his mates, his two mates, they all work in a knife shop. One's a manager and the other two boys work there. Joe works there part-time. And then he makes the knives in his father's garage where he invested a few years ago in a CNC machine. And he's not a rich fella. He works part-time in a knife shop. And this is what he does, makes these in the side. And his prices are really, really competitive with any other. I know it's CNC machine, but it's all hand finished, whatever. Um, and I was sitting with these down and thinking, what a lucky boy, Paddy, because I've got the whole range of price ranges, you know, from these beautiful Rosecraft blades, which are 45 to 65 quid, and amazing, and I'm not going to say budget because they're not budget knives. They're mid-range knives that are of a quality that's way beyond their price range. genuinely is. And I think for these two especially, um, don't sit on them now because their prices will go up eventually. It's just common sense. If you're going to, turn something into a business and try to make it, you have to keep the price up a wee bit. You've got staff to pay, you've overheads to pay. It all adds up. And I'm not making excuses. None of them have said they're going to put the price up, but it's life. They will go up. So these are the people that keep my show going. These are the people that keep my show going. But I've also got people that give stuff to the channel. And David Ravelin from Salop in England, he does leather slips, but he won't charge for them. He just makes them for friends, and I'm happy to be one of his friends now. But he makes beautiful handmade slips, leather slips, in his own spare time because he enjoys the craft in it, and he's got genuinely better and better. The slips are amazing, but he gives them away. And that's amazing. That's just amazing because I love slips. So I used to get lots of different companies. Now, I got a company last night. A young fella just hit me up and said he makes slips. So I went on a site and had a look at them. They're lovely looking slips. They're different from David's. And I thought, well, yeah, I'll take a few. So he's going to send me a couple. I'm looking forward to them coming, and I'll show you that. The other thing that I've had free over the 7 years that I've been doing it, is wallets. I've had a couple of wallets, a few wallets. But this is the two I've used over the last. This is a Das Offenmeer. I know they're under a different name now. He was an ex-sailor. And this, oh, I forgot the bloody name of this now. Oh, I've forgotten the name of it. But this is a beautiful slip. I'll put the name down below in the description. But these are the two wallets I've carried for the last 5 years. This one carried for about 4 years solid, and I love this wallet. And it's obviously a little bit bigger than this one, but I love this little small one. I got it really initially to carry in the summer, and I've carried it right throughout the winter. So they're two beautiful wallets, and I don't need any. Well, I might, if anybody's got little small ones that are a bit different, I like something different. And if it promotes a company, a young company that's starting up making leather, it's a real dog eat dog out there for EDC stuff. So that's it. This is what sponsors my program. I've had two of them in 7 years. You can't say that's a lot. My Ashleys are the ones that, I order, and you get them whenever you get them. I just order Ashley, and I said, whenever you got a chance, and I go down the list for other people. Now, sometimes he bumps me up the list a wee bit because I love promoting them, and that's business. You have to. Rosecraft have turned out to be an amazing sponsor. Their knives are just super, and they're selling them over here in the UK. So is the Jack Wolf knives, and this is coming to the UK. The same place as this goes to, Frank at Fraymar Knives is going to be stocking these soon. Joe is just making his first batch and getting them ready for coming over here to the UK. So we're not going to have to worry about customs and things like that if you're going to buy one. And their price is for a custom made knife. This price is really, really competitive. And it's a great knife. It's a friction folder, but let me tell you, take all ideas of friction folders out of your head, the fear. It's like a slip joint. A lot of people are afraid of them until they get one and use it. It's exactly the same with a friction folder. And you get a full-size knife that has got none of those bearings to clean or nothing like that. You just blow it out, or you can take it apart, a couple of screws, take it apart, and you just wipe it clean, put it back together again. So simple. And if you want a working knife, I mean, this is in 20 CV as well. I mean, it really has taken the whole thing up a level. But the blade is just, you've seen it. It's beautiful because I can show it now on my not so crap camera. To that bloke, please don't take offense. I understand what you said. It was crap photographs, but I've just sorted it out today. As thick as I am, I managed to work that out because it got under my skin a bit. But I know you weren't selling it with any venom. Well, I hope you weren't, because there's no need for that sort of thing. But whatever had happened, it was for a good reason. And look, thanks for listening. I've waffled on nearly 20 minutes again. But I just want, this is the only, I am hoping to get this company on side. This is Gunny Juice. And this is their liquid diamond. What do they call it? paste. That's a liquid, and it's diamond, and you put on your strops. This is a 3 micron. But I'm hoping he's going, I am such a crap presenter. Why do you watch it? So I'm hoping they're going to come aboard and sponsor our podcast. So it'll be lovely if they do, because I've been buying this. I've been buying these myself. I've got the 1 and the 3, and I am so impressed. I'm doing a video on them tomorrow, so please watch that, because this has changed my whole stropping. It has changed it in an amazing way, this here. So watch that tomorrow. It's going to be a nice video. So there you go. I'm away. 20 minutes, as usually, waffled on too long. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this a little bit, and maybe it lets you see just inside. A lot of us don't get, 15, 20 knives a week from these big companies. A lot of us get, or I choose to pick who I want to sponsor. And I've covered every base. I don't look for any more. When I've got this, I mean, obviously this one I've only had 2 off, but these 4 are the main backbone of my channel. And they're companies that I just have trust in. They make excellent products. They don't drop standards. You very rarely get anything that's wrong with them. And if you do, they're stand-up guys, and they'll just fix the problem without any worry. And that's what I want my subscribers to get. And I have subscribers in all these ranges, and that's why I've got them in all these ranges. Anyway, goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. It was a very gentle Paddy rant, but it was a wee rant. And it was a rant that proved to be really successful, because now I can show you this, and I'll finish on this killer shot. There you go, Joe. There's your knife. How beautiful is that? Bye, everybody.